Maimonides, in his second chapter of Yesodei HaTorah, he asked the question, if there is a commandment to love God, how do we love God? And he answers that it's precisely through the contemplation and the appreciation of the cosmos around us that we learn how to love God. So being able to be aware of creation, being able to appreciate it, is ultimately the manifestation of love of the divine. On the other hand, someone like the Maharal of Prague indicates that it is precisely the love of neighbor that is ultimately the love of God. And therefore it is through our love of neighbor that we truly express that love for the divine. And there can be nothing that demonstrates this combination, both of appreciation for our environment and care for the well-being of our society, and therefore our love of all neighbors, than our concern for sustainable development. That is the critical issue in terms of our relationship to the environment and our relationship to fellow human beings. And a metaphor that I love to use, that I've used already in an interview that Jonathan had me appear on, is that all other issues that we deal with today, some very important ones, but in comparison with the most important, they are moving the deck chairs around on the deck of the Titanic while we move towards this enormous glacier that's threatening the very ship itself. And that is, of course, the challenges of our environment today that we face. And therefore it's the most critical issue. Talking about love of the divine, the one who is described within our scriptures, within Tanakh, as the lover of God, often incorrectly translated the passage from Yeshayahu as the one I love, but it's actually referred to, the text in Yeshayahu refers to Avraham Avinu, Abraham our father, as Avraham Ohavi. God says, Abraham who loves me. And that love of God is understood in the personality of Abraham by our sages as precisely the bringing about of an awareness of the divine to humanity at large. This is therefore the value of Kiddush Hashem Le'nei HaGoyim, sanctifying God's name in the world. And therefore, in terms of this critical issue, it's wonderful that on environmental challenges and sustainable development, we have the lead from people like Pope Francis. And of course there are those like the ecumenical Orthodox Patriarch, who was way ahead of Pope Francis and the head of the pack, and is known as the Green Patriarch. And it's wonderful that we have these personalities who care about these particular issues. And there have been some of you here who have actually taken up that challenge. That, of course, is the enormous significance of the Interfaith Centre for Sustainable Development and the great achievement that Jonathan has contributed. And so I'm very happy and honoured to be associated with it, and hope that this initiative will go from strength to strength, and that we may see not only the kind of good news that we've seen coming now from Paris, and I was very honoured to be able to take Jonathan with me to an interfaith event in Paris that preceded the COP21. It was a very impressive interfaith event with the leaders of world faiths that gathered from all over the world, hosted by the French president. Didn't manage to get him into dinner at the Lycée, but other than that, he was very much present, and we were therefore able, I think, to show the significant contribution and guidance from our particular sources, and I hope that this will continue to go from strength to strength, and that these efforts will indeed not only bear forth the fruits that we've seen in good resolutions, but also in good actions that will bring blessing to humankind. Thank you.